I had a guy tell me today that he likes to date fat girls because they have lower self esteem.
Hey bestie, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bestie, like the video because it helps with my algorithm. So in today's video, we'll be talking about plus size women sharing their dating experience with men, and we're also sharing the struggles which they go through. So I've put the stitches together so that you watch. I'll be back share my true sense.
Being fat and dating definitely comes with its own complications, but I think one of the most egregious things that I hardly hear anyone talk about is how it is so dehumanizing to be in one breath hated by men for being fat, and then in the other breath literally overly sexualized for being fat by men. It all starts when they begin to dehumanize you. I remember when I was single and how disgusting it would feel when a guy would like say all these really sexual things about you, but you were like not used to getting attention. Specifically, this is when I was much younger, right? And you would give them the time of day, right? And I remember one guy in particular who did this to me when we went out to eat. We went to a pizza restaurant. He literally, we sat in a booth and he sat across from me on the other end of the booth. So it looked like we weren't together, right? And everywhere we turned, when we were in like public, he would like look away from me and pretend like we were not together. He would walk 20 steps ahead of me. And it just felt so gross because at the same time, as soon as the date was over, he was texting me all kinds of hypersexual things, right? And then I find out later he was messaging this other woman who was skinny. She did not have that experience at all. And I'm here to tell you that that's not normal and that is not okay, because when men start to dehumanize you as a fat woman, that's when the violence begins. And I think it's important for us to talk about this and share our experiences so that younger women who are on here watching videos understand that what's happening to them by the hands of that dude that they're in a quote unquote situationship with is not okay, and that they need to delete, block, and keep it moving.
This video is for the plus size girlies. I've just had some thoughts that I wanted to get off my chest. So I have always been plus size. I don't know what it's like to walk and feel air between my thighs. So my relationship with men has never been smooth in a romantic kind of capacity. That's because of how I perceive myself, how others perceive me, just my size and my body. If you're a plus size girly, like, you get it. I don't need to explain because this video is not about that. I'm currently in a relationship where I'm very comfortable with my body. It's almost laughable at how much I would try to prove that I would change in order for them to stay. I'll tell you what I used to do. By the way, I don't have the correct brushes with me, can't be asked. What I used to do, when I'd be talking to a guy and some time has passed, I would somehow, some way find a picture of like my ideal, like dream goal body and slip that into conversation and be like, oh, this is gonna be me in 6 months, hee hee ha ha. If we're like talking about gym or whatever, I'd show a picture of a body that wasn't mine and be like, this is what I'm working towards, by the way. And looking back, I think that was my way of saying, hey, thanks for being with me, but just give me some time and you'll get to experience the better version of me, the best version of me, which in my mind was a slimmer and thus prettier version of what I am now. Doing that was my way of saying, hey, by the way, I'm not gonna stay like this forever, so just, you know, bear with me. Mind you, I ain't lost a single pound in good decade. While existing in my body, I never gave it the respect that it deserved. It felt like I was slagging her off when the whole time she's been the one holding me down. I've now gone from being in a situation where like lights off, I'm wearing a bra 24/7, wearing baggy clothes all the time, to being in a situation where I'm sharing showers with someone, I'm not wearing my bra all the time, not wearing my bra at all. I never thought I'd even get to this point. I don't care about my dark inner thighs anymore. That was a really big thing for me. Just not being able to like sit freely and do certain things freely. The 180 is crazy. I now get to experience my body as a body, not something that I feel is holding me back. This doesn't have to be your story if you're plus size, by the way. I just can't be with someone who makes me feel like I need to look like the opposite of me in order to be loved, you know? When I'm in the gym now, I'm operating from a place of I need to get stronger, I need to lift more. When I go up a flight of stairs, I don't want to be breathing like a dragon. Other than, oh shit, I need to lose 50 pounds in 4 months so that they can see my true potential. Like, you really need to go where you are loved just how you are, and I know that's easier said than done. I remember before I was in a relationship and I saw the plus size girlies posting their TikToks and their reels of being in a relationship, just enjoying their relationship. I used to think, wow, that's goals. I think I really underestimated how much seeing other fat women in relationships being really happy changed the way that I thought about myself. When I used to think of love and someone loving me romantically, I always imagined like a smaller version of myself, physically smaller. I found such joy in community, specifically the plus size community, where we are able to have these conversations. Please, if you are a plus size girly, I would just encourage you to surround yourself with imagery that resonates with you. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up now because I've been talking for a long time and I could talk for like another hour. I'm not saying in order to get to this space you need to rely on someone else or it's someone else's job to do that. In fact, almost all of that work has to be done by you. I never gave myself too much of a hard time because I'm very aware of all the external factors that make this job extremely difficult. Now that I've been shown a glimpse of it, now that I know what it's like to exist in a bigger body and be loved on, I'm gonna take that and run. If you could relate to anything that I was saying, I love you and your body is so fine. And it sounds cheesy, but when they say you are enough, trust and believe you are enough. And yeah, just wanted to get that off my chest. So bye.
We had our date tonight, so here's the update. Just kidding, we didn't because we got stood up. Yeah, boo-boo the fool. Nah, in all seriousness though, I'm not upset, but here's how shit played out. He picked out the lounge, let him know what time I get off of work, and he said around 7-ish, you know, we could pull up. He's about 15 minutes away. I'm about 30 minutes away from the spot. Cool. Now, maybe my spidey senses were tingling, but from the whole time that I've had his number since Sunday, his phone was never on Do Not Disturb, and his red receives have been on the entire time. But his phone's on Do Not Disturb all day, and he turned his red receives off. That's weird. That's a little suspicious. But okay, we gonna rock. And I get to the spot around like 7:45. I order a drink. I'm waiting at the bar. You know, I texted him around like almost 8. And I was like, are we still on for tonight? No response. And no tea, no shade, but I'm not no begging ass bitch. So me texting him once was already too much. There's no reason for us to even chat ever again. I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up and act like it's my fault because it's not my fault. This doesn't stop me from putting myself out there. This is my first time putting myself out there in a very long time. And either way, I'm proud of myself because I got to the destination. Just the man wasn't the man that it was supposed to be. I'm not going to give up on love. I'm not going to give up on myself because I know I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of being able to have a partner and somebody that's going to treat me and love me the way that I want to love them. Also, thank you to literally every single person that helped me out pick up my outfit, words of encouragement. Y'all are so sweet, so kind. Thank you for just being decent human beings and hyping a girl up in her journey of dating again. Now, the real question is, where the niggas at? Okay? Where they at? Because I'm trying to find them.
Talking about dating as a plus size person, it's been so hard because I think the psyche as a plus size person is you just don't trust that people are being genuine or that people are not making fun of you. And that's been my problem, and that's been my experience. I don't know when people are being genuine, and it makes it really hard. I'm already not a very trusting person, which, like, rightfully so. Growing up, like, not many people were nice to me. So I don't automatically just think people are being nice. I'm always like, why are you being nice? Like, when you've had people calling you out your name your whole life, and people kind of making your body your whole personality, like your body is literally the topic of discussion all the time, you don't know if people, like, are being genuine, if people actually like you, or if it's just like a facade, or like if they're just trying to be nice because they think it appeases you. You don't really know. Like, growing up, I never knew if boys really liked me or if boys were, like, trying to be funny. Let me just break it down. So, for one, most of the experiences I've had with men have been very weird. I've always had, and I should say boys, not men, tell me that, like, my friend betted me that I couldn't talk to you, or my friend betted me, or my friend told me to come over here. Like, it's always been weird like that. Like, my friend told me to come over here. And I always kind of was like, what does that mean? Did your friend bet you to come over here because I'm big and he thought it was funny? Or is it he thought you couldn't bag me? What was it that brought you over yonder? I never understood that. And that has always made me skeptical of men, because it's just like, why does it have to be somebody asked you to come over here? Why didn't you just want to come over here? And that's always made me wary of men, like, trying to approach me, because I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know why you're here and what do you want to do with me. And that makes me nervous. And I think that's why I don't have much to say about dating. I also feel like men don't approach me in public for real. Like, it hardly happens. And when it does, it's always something weird like that. Like, when men approach me, it's either weird or, like, I think I be having, like, I don't want to say imposter syndrome, but I just kind of be like, I don't know. I just don't be thinking they like me. And I think that's a problem too. And then when I think they do like me, they're always weird. And then there's always, like, a certain type of man that is coming up to me that actually has the audacity. And then it's always like, why are you the one with the audacity? You know, it's never like a decent looking man. I don't know. And then it's like, you niggas, and I hate to say you niggas because I'm trying to be proper, you niggas be having fetishes. And, like, I don't know if y'all know y'all have them, but the stuff y'all be saying is like, ding, 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 you have a fetish. Like, saying, I know that's juicy. I know you could cook. First of all, I can't even cook. Like, it just be like, do you know you have a fetish, or do I have to tell you that? And I don't want to have to tell you that because I'm not going to be nice about it. And that's the thing too. I'm also not nice. I don't know. I've always had this shield up because I grew up fat, because people are always talking to me crazy. So, like, I'm not nice. And, like, I guess as a woman, they want you to be nice and feminine and submissive. And it's like, I have a wall up. So it's really hard for me to be nice. And niggas be wanting you to be nice. And I ain't got that in me yet. So more of the story is, y'all be asking me about dating as a plus size woman. I need to go to therapy. That's the moral of the story. And probably a lot of us need to go to therapy because of all the trauma that being a fat kid has caused us. Like, when people are not nice to you for the majority of your life, it's kind of hard to date because it's hard for you to reciprocate, like, being nice, or, like, it's hard for you to be nice, or it's hard for you to think somebody genuinely likes you. It's really hard. So yeah, that's been my experience. I've been single for Lord knows. And at this point, until I find a genuine bone in somebody's body, that's what it will be. I'm not even in a rush. I'm not. The dating pool is sorry as hell. These the sorriest batch of men God created. I'm sorry. It be bad out here until I find somebody that's not making me feel like they're a weirdo or a serial killer or they don't have a fetish, I'm really good. And that's why when y'all ask me about dating as a plus size woman, I have nothing to say because it's all bad things. It's all bad things. I don't have no exes. That's why I don't talk about it. Because they don't count. Yeah, because the experiences, there has been no experience dating for me as a plus size woman. Now, if you have had a different experience, because I do see, now let me say this, I do see plus size women getting loved out loud, getting married, all of that. That has not been my experience. But if you do have experience, let my ladies know down below so they have some type of hope. Because listen to me, you're not going to have no hope. So yeah, if you had a great experience dating as a plus size woman, please give the girls some tips. Tell them down below what your experience has been. But my experience has been nothing. It doesn't exist. The limit does not exist. So yeah. Now, if you don't want to be a weirdo, come see about Big Mama. But if you're a weirdo, get back from me, Satan. Okay, and my final point, I just thought about this. I've also had friends that are plus size, and me personally have experienced this, where men, this goes back to my point that men don't approach me. They will stare at you, and you see them staring at you, and they will not approach you. They will stare at you, and it's like, I think men are embarrassed to talk to plus size women sometimes in public. Like, I see you staring at me. I see you, see me seeing you, and you still not gonna walk up and say nothing. Almost cussed. I'm dang sure not gonna walk up to you. That's not how I was raised. Okay, I'm not doing that. Very traditional. I ain't walking up to you, baby. I'm the prize. I know you niggas might have it mixed up these days, and y'all think y'all the prize, but I know where I stand over here. So that be the problem too. Y'all don't approach us, but y'all wanna stare. Like, I know what I look like. I know. I know what you staring at, but it's like, you're not gonna walk up to me, then we're just not gonna talk. I'm never that pressed. Never. But yeah, like I said, if you're not a weirdo, you know where to find me. You know where to find Big Mama. And if you is, get away from me, Satan. But yeah, like I said, let the girls know down below y'all experiences. This is safe space. Don't come in here being fat phobic. Don't come in here with your opinions that don't matter if you not big. Don't come in here with that. Okay? We don't want to hear about it. All right, in the comments, we keeping it cute. We keeping it brief. Don't be mean. Okay, bye.
So I just saw this woman sharing her dating experience, and I'm going to play a clip of that in just a minute, but let me give you guys a quick backstory. So this woman goes out on a date with this man. He lives an hour away. They end up going to lunch, something simple, basic conversation, that's fine. He calls her the next day and is like, I'd like to see you again. And she's like, okay, that's fine. So he drives again an hour out of the way to come to visit her, and he comes to her house. And she's like, you know what, there's a great event going on nearby that we should go to. I'll even buy the tickets. He's like, no, I don't really want to do that. I'll probably get over there way too late to do that. So anyway, he arrives at her house, and they're like sitting outside at first, and he's like, it's hot out here. So then he, she invites him in. He comes in and he immediately gets comfortable, puts his feet up on her coffee table, grabs a beer out of the fridge, and she's just like looking at him like, man, he got comfortable in my house quick. So she's like, trying to suggest different things they should do, and he keeps saying, no, I'm comfortable right here. Anyway, as a matter of fact, you're out of beer. And she's like, what? So child, she's like puttering around her house, folding laundry and all of this. She goes to her bathroom, her private bathroom in her house that she pays for, and this is what she finds.
I go in my ensuite, my bathroom in my private bedroom, and I notice there is a toothbrush and an extra bar of soap in my bathroom on the counter. So I said, is that yours? Knowing it was. And he said, oh yeah. He said, I was just going to stay over. He says, long drive. I said, it's only an hour. It's not a long drive. Date number 2.
Can you imagine? This man done helped himself, got his raggedy bar of soap, and put his toothbrush next to hers on a second date, talking about, I'll just spend the night. oh, no, you won't.
I'd had all the acting polite that I could take, and I just let him have it. I said, you're rude. You don't have any dating etiquette. You don't have any house manners.
And so the man says, I have a good job. And she says, look around. I have a good job too. This big house that you're sitting in, all these pretty things all around here, that's all me. So get out. The thing about it is, some of these men, they feel like they should get a return on their investment. That man took her to lunch the day before, and he thought that that earned him a night stay at this woman's house the very next day. This man with a good job felt like he needed to get more. Like he paid for more. For that cheap lunch, that cheap, simple lunch. What makes you think you're going to just put your toothbrush in somebody's home? Like some of these, the audacity is so rich, it's so thick, it's potent. Like you can cut it with a knife. If I told you ladies once, I will tell you again, and I will tell you over and over and over again until you get it. You don't have to be nice. You don't have to make a man comfortable. As soon as you're uncomfortable, let it go. As soon as that man was acting like he didn't have anything planned on the second date, he just wanted to lay up in your house, soaking up your AC, playing on your TV all day, got his feet up on your coffee table and all that. As soon as she felt uncomfortable, she should have told him to leave. You know what? This isn't working out. But she waited until she couldn't take it anymore. That toothbrush and that bar of soap was a deal breaker. But ladies, don't feel like you have to be nice. As soon as you're uncomfortable, call it. You don't owe this man anything. He drove an hour there and he could drive an hour back. He's not spending the night at your house on no second date because he took you to lunch yesterday. Man, so what about that lunch? Give him his money back if that's what he needs, but don't let somebody just make you feel uncomfortable in your own home.
That's a video, bestie. So I'm going to share with you a story which was written by one of you, the bestie community. One of you guys wrote to me on my Instagram, and I'm not going to hesitate. She's a plus size woman and she wanted me to share her story. So if you want to share a story with me, I'm going to put my Instagram so that you can write for me. Right? When I first started dating as a plus size woman, I honestly didn't know what to expect. I grew up thinking I had to shrink myself before anyone could love me, and that mindset followed me for years. Every time I opened a dating app, I felt this pressure to explain my body, apologize for it somehow, or downplay who I really was. But one thing I've learned is that the moment you stop apologizing for your size, you stop attracting people who want to make you feel small. I remember going on my first date after a long week break from dating. I bought a dress that made me feel confident, not because it hid my stomach or made me look thinner, but because it showed my personality. I was nervous walking into the restaurant, but something inside me shifted. I walked in knowing that anyone would never appreciate me, did not deserve to sit across from me, and honestly, that confidence set the tone for the whole night. He could not ignore the energy I carried. People always think plus size women lack confidence, but the truth is, we know how to shine even without fitting into the society narrow standard. One thing that used to bother me was how some men treated me like a secret. They loved plus size women, but in private. They would text me late at night, compliment me, flirt with me endlessly, but never take me out in public. That used to crush me until I realized it wasn't a reflection on my worthy, it was a reflection of their insecurity. When a man is confident in himself, he will probably proudly stand beside a woman who doesn't meet the world perfect size. And once I stopped giving my time to men who only wanted me behind closed doors, my whole dating life changed. There was one situation that really shaped how I date now. I met someone who seemed perfect, attentive, funny, and charming, but every time we were together, he made me a small comment about me losing weight someday or how pretty I'll be if that become a mirror I needed. If a man cannot love you in your now, he does not deserve access to your after. That moment told me that dating as a plus size woman is not about proving you're worthy, it's about protecting it. You deserve someone who sees you as beautiful as today, not as a project they want to fix. Dating also taught me how to set standard. Growing up because it made seem like plus size women should be grateful for any attention they get. And for a long time, I lowered my standard because I believed that's a lie. But the moment I raised them, when I started experiencing consistency, respect, effort, and emotional availability, men started treating me differently. The ones who were there for the wrong reasons disappeared, and the ones who were there respect me step forward. One of the biggest lessons I learned is that confidence is not about pretending you love every part of your body every day. It's about refusing to let your insecurities lead your relationship. I stopped leading with self doubt and started leading with self value. I stopped worrying about whether they liked my stretch marks, my stomach, or my thick thighs. I started paying attention to how he treated me, how he spoke about women in general, how he handled conflict, and when he added peace to my life. The turning point in my dating journey came when I met someone who saw beauty in me that had overlooked. He admired my softness, my kindness, the way I loved deeply. He did not compare me to anyone or make me feel like I had to audition for his attention. Being with him helped me realize something powerful. A good man does not need you to fit society definition of perfection. A good man needs you to be authentic, emotionally healthy, and present. Your body type is the least interesting thing about you. Dating as a plus size woman taught me resilience. It taught me boundaries. It taught me that not everyone deserves access to my softness. And most importantly, it taught me that the right person will love you loudly, proudly, and fully. They won't make you hide, they won't make you shrink, they won't make you doubt your beauty. Instead, they will stand beside you in and being thankful of your choice. So another thing that I had to make a tough decision after finding my partner was I went to my I wanted to start my weight loss journey because I was feeling like to walk long distances and all that. So this is when it all shaped like I had to sit down and told my partner that I want to start my weight loss journey, and this is at the moment I started like taking my health seriously and all this. And one thing I can tell you is that losing weight should come from yourself. Like if you want yourself, this is what you're going to do. It shouldn't come from someone just forcing you to do things, okay? But this time it came from the person, myself. I decided I should lose weight, and I started my weight loss journey, and it's been successful. I'm losing weight well, and I'm eating healthy, and I'm doing my working, I work out and all these things. So guys, continue, like if you want to continue living a healthy life, it's a good life. You can join and just start your workouts, and living healthy is the best decision you can ever give yourself. Thank you so much. Bye bye. And thank you, Big Sis Advice, for your content. We love you and keep encouraging us. Bye bye. So, yeah, so that was her message and it really touched my heart. Thank you for trusting me with your messages, and you said I should share it. Yeah, so thank you so much. So, bye bye, guys, in the next episode.